Hi, thank you all for coming. We're so excited to get geared up for our service trip, our 11th grade service trip. I feel like that's kind of the biggest deal at the high school. We do a lot of really neat stuff, but that's like the whoa, 11th grade service trip. So it's a big undertaking, and it's a focus for the entire year of fundraising. Even you see now, juniors are still fundraising after they've gotten back from Costa Rica. So it's a big deal, but it's totally worth it. And so we wanted to organize, so I'm the class sponsor, and I'm a guy who has gone on the trip once. Miss Murauskas is the trip coordinator and someone who has gone on the trip many years. So she's way more qualified to talk about the trip logistically. I'm videotaping for any of the parents.
We've never done this before.
Anyway, so we just want to answer any questions. Obviously we have plenty of time until the plane leaves. I almost printed out a packing list, and I was like, "What am I doing?" We don't need one of those yet.
Yeah.
For birthday summer,
you can talk
ask
about
for
packing
stuff
list in a bit. We can.
Yeah.
We want 30
kids before they go.
Yeah. Yay! So really, this is our first meeting. I figure it's going to be kind of an informal Q&A, or maybe just give you an outline of what's going on next year and what the trip is going to look like. So, would you like to do any introductory things there?
So the intention, I'm going to start with the intention of the trip, because, come on in, Matt.
Sorry, I'm just on the phone with my mom.
It's okay.
Should I tell her to come in here?
I'll come.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? All right. So the intention of the trip, I think, is perhaps one of the points that is of the biggest mystery, and it is to meet several things. It is to help you break out of your comfort zone. So I'm talking directly to the students. And it is to put you in a new environment. You'll be away from your bed, your kittens, your favorite snack foods. Just for a moment, you will have an opportunity to strengthen your language skills. Looking at Paulina. Or completely enjoy the immersion of being in the Spanish language, trying new foods. We take the bus, just something that you may not do every day. For example, how many times, I know this was the first for me, have you had a meal with 4 generations at the table?
Yes. Tens of times.
That's awesome. 4 generations. That's pretty amazing. That's great. For many of our students, that's pretty amazing to have that experience of daily, where great-grandma lives right across the street. And by the street, I'm talking from here to where those plants are, like across the path.
The dirt road.
Yeah. So it's an opportunity to change your environment. It's an opportunity to do good work. And the type of work that we're going to do for individuals that you don't know is going to be determined when we get there. We have a proposed plan, and that is to rebuild and strengthen the trail up to the Paquata Lodge, and this is along a beautiful river. The scenery is amazing. It rains so much in Costa Rica that the trail has been slowly deteriorating, and in a time, I've been there every 6 months, it's been changing and changing. When I was there, I said, you know what, I wonder if we, touched up the trail a bit and rebuild it, because it's crumbling and it's really slippery. And they said, oh, that's a brilliant idea. No one has proposed that. I'm like, we'll do it. We'll do it. We can do it. It's beautiful. Plus, we get to spend extra time there. Yay! So there's that bit. So there's the service. This past year, we were able to go to indigenous communities, so they were available, and we brought clothing donations. Bringing clothing donations to indigenous community meant hiking uphill with backpacks with our stuff for, some of us took an hour and 15 in muddy, tropical heat. And we got there, and then we played soccer. It was a soccer tournament. And some of the teams had hiked in 2-4 hours to get there to play soccer. And they played a soccer game, and then they went back home. And we had a meal, the whole bit. So it was an indigenous community. That was just one little snippet. So we're going to have our own little snippets. And those things are going to be created depending on the interest that, the types of things that I hear from you in conversation, things that you share with Mr. Murauskas in class meeting, of experiences that you would like to have. And these get filtered down, and we've been talking, and when Shalane and myself, I went this last year, we started talking like, oh, it would be great for your class. So it's a trip that's customized for you. They'll be fun. There'll be time to get in the water, to get wet, and to test your sense of adventure. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. Good food. Mm-hmm. Definitely lots of eating. Most of you asked this year's class, they'll be like, oh God, they fed us, and fed us, and fed us, and fed us. They're like, more. Like, we're all too skinny. It's like, forget it. It doesn't matter how big, how tall you are, you're like, you need to eat more. They all think we're like never eaten. It's so nice to be cared for unconditionally. Yeah, home cooked meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. Yeah, dancing, party. Yeah, so adventure party, service, work. We'll do a lot of really good work, language. All of it packed into a very, very short amount of time. It's going to feel like we've spent a month there. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed. You're going to get into the plane and go, now I can rest. That's the summary of what you're in store for.
Shall we do questions? I'm sure we could talk for another hour, but y'all don't want that.
Where do they stay?
They stay in various places. Okay. So one of the favorites is the homestay. And this is in it's a neighborhood, it's called Sitio de Mata. And in this neighborhood, everybody knows everybody. Everybody really, really know everybody. And you will be staying with one or two of your classmates, and you'll have your new host mom and host brothers, host sister, host grandma, host aunt. Yeah, you'll just basically get adopted into a family, and you will be staying in their home. That's the favorite. It's just, again, they're like, oh, it's too short. That was the best part. And we lengthened it. They're like, oh, it's too short. We will be staying in lodges. We'll be staying in hotels. And one of the things I'm working on for our group is to work with Katia. So Mr. Murauskas doesn't even know this. Katia is a research institution, and they have bunks. What it is they'll invite undergrads and graduate students to come in and do internships over the summer. So they're set up for visitors to come. Costa Rica is such a tiny percentage in terms of the land on the planet, but in terms of diversity, it's off the scale. So people come from all over the world to study the fauna there. And so they're set up. So we'll go in. We're either going to work with Pantera. They're working on the Big Cat Wildlife Corridor that goes all the way from parts of Arizona all the way down to the tip of Chile. So we either work with them, and they do these camera, they call them camera traps, to see where they're crossing, look at their migration patterns, and we'll look at GIS maps, those kind of things. Or we'll go in and work with someone who's working with fish, or we'll go in and work with someone who's doing bat research. And we'll go in and do some field work, we'll do some trappings, we'll do some logging in, some nice data collection, and just help them out. So that's a new element, and we're working on that one. So that's where they'll stay. It's everything from someone's home to research student bunks to kind of nice, not like 5-star resort, but nice, nice vacation type, what you would call a hotel. But it's not like our hotels. It's not like the Marriott downtown or anything. There'll be small, little outdoor, it's very hot there, cabin type. And when we're in those locations, we're with other travelers who are in the area. Sometimes we'll own the whole place. Sometimes we'll be sharing a facility.
So it's like a hostel kind of?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Matthew, could you close the door, please? Yeah, I think you guys all know that there's a definite environmental science component to it, right? Just like Camp Stevens was like this fun adventure, but we were learning about sustainable agriculture, right? So same thing in Costa Rica.
What we did worked out really well this year with our schedule. I'd like to repeat it, but we haven't made that decision yet. So we'd have environmental science. So environmental science 1. You had sustainable agriculture, that was environmental science 2, and the environmental science 3 is international sustainable ecosystems. So when we come back, We look at the data that we've collected, we ground it, we look at Costa Rica as a country, we look at the fauna, we look at its location, and we ask the questions that are unique to, even though it's not an island, it might as well be. How is it that this tiny little country, where there are challenges, are real practical challenges? We talk about jobs, we talk about how much people make per hour, we talk about chocolate, we talk about bananas, everything. Like, what does it take to get a banana to your grocery store? Be a little sticker, because we've got chocolate, we'll see chocolate. So you'll have a different relationship when we come back and we ground it. And that's our environmental science 3 component. We'll talk about, if we go to the corals, we'll definitely talk about coral bleaching and the challenges to our ocean ecosystems.
Which ones are the dates of the trip?
The trip traditionally has happened toward the last week of spring break. We have left this year, we have consistently left on a Thursday or a Friday. So if the students come back on a Monday after their 2-week break, we leave a little bit before on a Thursday. That seems to work out really well because we find that the students need time to just unwind. And this year, some of our students actually came right back and took a Saturday SAT. It just lined up, so they really needed that time. So I'll look at the we'll look at the calendar and then we'll come up with.
It's around the first week of April.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it'll be in April.
It'll be an April trip.
Yeah, but we haven't booked airfare yet.
Once we get to Costa Rica, how far are we going to travel?
That depends on you guys. It depends if you like to spend time on the bus. We did that the first year. The second year I went, we spent the max was the last day of 2 hours, 2.5 hours getting back to San Jose, back to the airport. But on average, we would spend about half an hour to 45 minutes traveling from location to location. This year, we kept it really central. Once we got to our location, we just bounced around different regions. So we spent most of our time on the ground doing stuff. But it's such a tiny place, but there's so much to see. And I'd like to give you as much time to experience.
There's an active volcano.
Oh, how many?
Yeah, are you guys gonna go try to see?
So this year we did go see Irasu, Volcán Irasu, and we got as close as you could. There's steam still coming out of that one, and it was really, really great because we could see the first tier of soil formation and the difference in plants, and we had like windbreakers on, just to give you an idea of the shift. By the end, when we were at the Caribbean, we were like, do I have to put on clothes? It was so hot and muggy. So that level, we did a transect shift up. Now we didn't go all the way top to the cloud forest, and once again, it depends what you want to see. If we want to see the Quetzal, then we would need to go up higher to the cloud forest. That means we get to spend less time down on the corals. So, these are decisions to make.
Sitio de Mata, you can see Turrialba,
Another volcano.
maybe 50 miles away, and
You'll see it steaming. If it's a clear day, you'll see it steaming. Yeah, and there are earthquakes every day, little ones. If you're lucky, you get to feel one. It's a growing region, and all Central America is that way. Yeah, we're good. Unfortunately, as of today, there is no there isn't the Fortuna. If any of you've been to Costa Rica, where they had the flowing lava, there isn't an active volcano right now. But you do get to see steam, which is pretty cool.
so I think you all get a sense that the plans are pretty fluid. Every year the trip has been different, and so it changes based on the class and also different opportunities that arise. So we're going to be in constant communication with our people in Costa Rica, and they might say, oh, there's this really cool research opportunity, or hey, a volcano just flared up, we should go on a trip, get your marshmallows, whatever. So yeah, there's movement in the plans.
So we do keep you away, because in downtown there is a lot of particulate matter because of one of the volcanoes that was spewing. We don't spend time in the capital, we get out, and so we're away from that. So any of you who have any breathing sensitivities know that we're not going to just, I mean, if we're passing through, but we're not going to spend hours and hours in a region where your breathing will be compromised.
Where do you fly into?
San Jose.
Oh,
What fundraising opportunities do we already have throughout the year? Like,
Well, so you have choices. So you have the ones that are set.
Mhm.
You have the plays. So 10th grade play, yeah, they're going to put that on. We get the ticket prices, yay, and donuts and things, brownies that are sold. That goes 10th grade fund. So it's
bake sale then.
yeah, bake sale. So the plays are yours.
Okay.
The 10th and 12th. If you don't need a 12th grade play, we've had a year where we were done fundraising, and the 12th went to the previous year, the one that's following. So it's only if you need it. We'll say sure, you can have the 12th grade play. So you never know, we might be done. It could happen.
we have a small class, so that might be the case.
Yeah, so we start with Wander's Way, and you need to decide, are you going to host a Wander's Way? And for that, we're a small class. You're going to have to pull in your favors from the other classes, and parents as well are going to have to, this is one, Catherine Giglio, I'll ask her again if she'll do it. It's one that I've run. I love doing fun stuff, so we'll do it. But and those of you who participated, thank you in the past. We have good representation. So that's your first fundraiser, and that's one we haven't been able to figure out how to market really, really well. So that has room for growth. So last year, that one brought in $1,000, just to give you
How much money do we need to raise?
We don't know yet, but I can tell you with your existing fundraisers. So if you did what this year's class did, and you don't have to, you can choose. They did Wander's Way, then help me. They did the play.
Cabaret.
Cabaret is a big one.
The
Cabaret is really, once again, it's on parents. Really, really have to pull it because you're going to be busy performing and running the production. Yeah, you all hands on deck. So if anyone is working or whatever, you got a job, please ask for the day off now. Like, just know that you're going to need everybody to support. And it's exhausting. And your seminar teachers will know it, so we will all work with you. We've got Cabaret this year brought in, I want to say, around $6,000. But it was a big class, right? So you have more grandparents, more aunts and uncles coming to see this big class. You're a smaller class, right? So your base might be a little bit smaller. So, but every year we continually have raised the bar. They also did a soda bar this year. That was super popular and they sold out. So that's something you want to do. Definitely talk to Carrie Smith because she was the brain trust behind that one. And what else?
Traveling cabaret?
They added a traveling cabaret.
Yeah,
They have ties to Sanderling because several of them went to Sanderling. Is there anyone here from Sanderling who has ties to Sanderling? So as a class, you need to decide, do you want to take the show on the road? From that, they raised the thing with another $1,000. So every time you hit it, it adds up fast.
Yeah, Winter Fair, that's an opportunity to...
Winter
get out
Fair
there.
Winter Fair, the one who made a killing on that one was Jasper Giglio. He made dolls. He made $900 from his dolls. Now keep in mind he subtracted his supplies from that, but the dolls were popular. He sold them at an affordable price. Boom. And what else? Yeah, so they held
dances.
2 dances. The dances were exhausting because of where they were in the year. I do not recommend doing, it was like traveling cabaret, spring fling, and we're like dying because you need faculty to support you with some aspects of this too. So maybe one dance. Oh, and then there was a 7th and 8th grade dance. Oh my God. It was 7th, 8th grade dance, spring fling, and traveling cabaret within like a span of a week. And some people had already had plans, they were gone. I didn't see a single one of those. I was out of town. So if you guys want to do something new,
That's all February, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did it in March.
March.
Did it in March. They were late.
No, I think the
Oh, and then
Traveling
they added-
Cabaret was April 1st, I think it was.
Yeah, they delayed it, and then there was something about the space, and then they added a hike-a-thon. The hike-a-thon wasn't as successful as it could have been. Most of their money came from individual sponsors. They spend about $600 making T-shirts. You guys can decide if that's a money-making. Do the math. The extras, they're really small.
What's the average price per kid, like what they used in previous trips? Like what do we?
For our class, because we are smaller, it's going to be higher per kid.
Okay.
Because we don't have as many. It's cheaper and it's more expensive to go on a bigger trip. It's the bus will probably be about the same size.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have about, I'm going to give the figure out of 3,500 a student, just as a ballpark. It's a lot. The school kicks in 1,000, so that brings it down to 2,500. All right. These are ballparks. I don't have your figures. Airfare goes up 10% each year. I've been checking the prices. Right now they're $550 Southwest. The first year I went, I was able to get them. I think I paid $450 per ticket. So it's inflation and gas, whatever excuse they want to give. Right. It is what it is. What's nice about Southwest is we don't have to pay for baggage, which is really nice. So if we can get return and exit on Southwest, it's really, really good for our group. Yeah, so that's it's a ballpark. It could go up, it could go down.
But not a ton. It's not like going to go up to be like $4,000 a kid.
If it is, we'll lower it. And how we can lower it is we'll go less days.
Okay.
Right? We can have a shorter trip.
Yeah.
Script, it depends how your school, it's a high school thing, because all the extra high school overages go to our class. So this year's class pulled in about 1,500 on script. It wasn't a lot. Part of it is that our big high school script people, they are supporting a different section of the school. I know who they are, and they were like, sorry, like it's okay to do it. But yeah, script the previous year brought in, I think it was like a cool, almost got 2,500. And we got a gift from 8th grade because they had already finished their fundraising in March, and they dropped another 1,500. So you're going to have money coming into you from friends of the school. You don't know who your fans are, but you have them. And they want to help you. They really want to say thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. And they will help you in so many ways. So just trust that you go together. Mr. Murauskas is going to be really, really good at communicating. I'm going to do my part to, let you guys know what's going on, what's expected, when is it expected, and what do you need. And it should be a really, really smooth experience. So in terms of fundraising, have you decided on the model you want to use?
No, not yet.
Okay, so there's different models in terms of how the class wants to work together. There are different variations of it. Do you want me to propose what I think is the most logical?
Yeah, put it out there.
All right, so
We can brainstorm.
this is something you can start working this summer, those of you who have summer jobs. Okay, so you've got just use 3,500 as a ceiling, okay? Bring down 1,000, 2,500. From that 2,500, you can guess that as a class, you can probably raise, let's just be really conservative, 1,500. That leaves 1,000 where you're each individually responsible for. Now, it might be 500, but I'm just throwing just nice, even numbers. Okay. You backtrack. If you have a job, even where you're making, on the weekends, mowing lawns, doing some simple things, start thanking that now. It will add up. Even if you make 30 to 40 bucks a weekend, you just add it. It will grow. And by the time your bill is due, this time next year, you will have amassed the extra 600, 700, 900. It might be very little, it might be that you need to pay up in cash. So one of the models that seems to be the fairest is that the whole class works together for the large fundraisers. Wanderers Way, Cabaret, the dances, and you can decide if you want to do the plays as a group or individual. So you have these group things where it just all goes into the big pot, and that pot just brings the whole class total down. Then you set a number where each individual student is responsible for bringing in, and you set a ceiling, a minimum of, let's say $600, minimum a person. And how you raise it, it's up to you. giving pedicures, baking cakes. I don't know.
Why are you looking at me?
No, no. You know, helping Miss Vance. You know, there are folks who will give work for students. You know, helping out folks who you see things in the way, jump on it. Babysitting is a classic one. Yeah. And you keep track of that. So tracking is really important. And you deposit that in the class account, but that goes into your personal kitty. So you have a class group, and you have your own individual fundraiser.
I'm gonna track.
So
I mean, you track also, but I'm gonna double track. I have a big Excel spreadsheet.
And then whatever's left, if there's a little bubble that's left, that gets divided even Steven amongst all the families. And that's when parents have to write a check last day of school or ish. We have to total up the play tickets, and then like whatever's left, that's on the parent tab. So that seems to be the fair. So you can be thinking of how your task for the summer is just be thinking of, just as a goal, $600. How could I raise that? Let's say you can only do $300 in summer. Great, you're halfway there. And you got, you know, don't forget there's holidays, birthdays, things like that. You know, if grandparents say, so, would you like that new skateboard? You go, no, but I would appreciate, you know, a contribution towards my service trip. Okay, great. Here's $50, or even 20. Yes.
Sorry, keep putting up my hand. How do you feel about GoFundMes?
Some have done GoFundMes. The reason why you need to be careful with that is if it's for the class, then you can pull on your collective addresses. But if it's for an individual, if you have, you know, friends that you want to say like you know each other. So if you have common friends, then we don't want like 17 GoFundMes because you're like, well, who do I pick? You don't want to create an unhealthy thing. So someone is like, I can't possibly work on the weekends because I don't know, I'm moving and I need my sleep or whatever it is. You know, I'm now growing tomatoes to support my neighborhood Boy Scout. I don't, whatever. You just, whatever is not working for you. You know, you've got stuff, you've got tutoring, you whatever. You just can't make, it's not going to happen. And you're like, I need to do the GoFundMe, so nobody else please take the GoFundMe. That's an agreement you make. Does that make sense? Or your family invites
myself,
you know, or you just invite people that they wouldn't know any of the other students. Does that make sense? You're not competing. But yes, some students have used GoFundMe for their personal, and they've raised $350 around from GoFundMe for this level of trip.
I mean, is it strange to just ask people to help?
No.
Pay, like, without going to work for it or do anything? To me, it seems very odd. Like, oh, I'm just going to ask all my parents' friends to go to this trip.
Of course, it depends on.
That seems like an odd concept to me.
It depends on the relationship you have. We can provide a blurb of what you're doing because you're not going there for vacation. We can provide a blurb of the good service work that you'll do, and we are ambassadors of the United States, which are very much appreciated. They can read real people and ask us questions and see what we're really like. Yeah, and hi, Shadi. But yeah, representing someone from Italy. Oh my gosh! When they met Simon Webster Humphreys from 12th grade, the little girls. He's from South Africa. He has seen a real giraffe. They were like, forget a zoo. They've never seen a giraffe even in a zoo. Little girls that were in his host family, they were like all over him, like, what does a giraffe really look like? And you'd be like, and he could tell them. And he very eloquently in his Spanish, he described how tall a giraffe was, what the spots looked like. So we are ambassadors. And so yes, people will support you. People will support you.
Other questions? So a lot of our class meetings next year will be all about fundraising.
Oh, did you want to talk about clothes at all?
For the trip?
Yeah? Okay, this is if you find it at a garage sale. Just saying it right now. Tevas? protect the toast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So chocos are great. You can find them at thrift stores, because I've seen them, $9, $15 used. It's great. If it's not something you live in, I live in mine. Brand new, they'll set you back about $85. This is how the trip can get really expensive if you're shopping for stuff the weekend before you go. So thrift store, go through all the bins, extra bins of clothes you have at home that you think you want quick dry clothing, and you want, if you can find them, they're called rafting shorts. They're longer than board shorts. They'll go to here. Because what it is when you're sitting in the raft where you'll get burnt, everybody see me? It's from here to the knee and a little bit down. So you want longer than board shorts. They're called rafting shorts. So just look for really, or with women we call them capris. Yeah? So you're going to want some quick dry pants.
Just bring pants?
Yeah, you could. I've wrapped, people will raft in leggings also, like you'll use to work out. You could do that too. It just depends what you're comfortable in. You'll also want to look for, and being in San Diego is not a big deal, but you'll want to look for a long sleeved sun shirt, a rash guard.
I wear Under Armour,
Yeah.
just the tight Under Armour
right.
business. So I just went rafting for 4 days on the San Juan.
Yeah.
And so,
There you go.
yeah, because the top of your thighs will get roasted, and then, I mean, you can lather sunscreen on every hour or just wear some Under Armour and
And
you're
you
good
just
to
have a
go.
good time. You have a good time. So those kinds of things, which you'd be like, yeah, but maybe you've outgrown it, maybe it's torn, or just, if you have an extra one, if you have two, even better, because they get wet, and they will not dry out. So multiple pairs is really, really good. And those things can just sometimes be expensive if you don't have quick dry, like nylon type. So Columbia, Omni Shield type things, REI, Royal Robbins, those are your brands. Outdoor Recreation, those are the brands to look for. North Face, brand new, they cost a mint.
Oh, and REI has these garage sales,
Yeah.
like their parking lot sales or whatever they call them,
Mhm.
where you can get stuff on the cheap. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, so those kinds of things. But you won't need anything else that's super fancy. You will need your passport. That's another thing to do with the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Who here does not have a passport? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3.
This one.
Yeah, like 1, 2. Just 2 of you? Matt, do you have your passport?
Wait, what? I'm going next.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't find it.
I guess I don't have a passport.
Renee?
I don't have one.
Okay.
Passports.
Okay,
No.
those of you who have passports, you also need to check the expiration date. This is
Mm.
something you can take over summer. If it will expire within 90 days of our departure date, I'm going to ask you to get a new one. Okay, even though it's technically still good, we don't want to play with customs and all of that. We just want to go squeaky clean right through. They'll still let you in, but I don't want to have any delays. Okay, so please check the dates on your passport. You don't have one, just get it over the summer. Cool.
Immunizations?
Your choice. Costa Rica does not require it. We are not going to go into an area that is dengue fever. That's the big one to be concerned about. And Zika was a big deal a couple of years ago. What we're finding is that those that got into it, the initial reports coming out of Brazil, what we're finding is they were working in the fields. And when we say working in the fields, as in non-organic farming, you can be exposed to maybe some higher toxin amounts than your average person is exposed to. That's the kind of news that's filtering out. Has Zika mutated? I don't know. We don't have control over that, but it's not the hysteria or like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Maybe we should go. That we were thinking about last year. And Zika is now in the U.S. as well. If it was a real epidemic, I would hope our public health personnel would have let us know. And,
Yeah,
we're not seeing that, right? So that's
last year before the trip, I called my friend who grew up in Costa Rica and lived most of her life there, and her whole family is there. And I was like, what about Zika? And she was like, what about it? Right? She was like, no one in my family, I don't know anyone who's even worried about
But
that.
it's in the news, so we do look at everything. Anything else?
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm on.
Bye, Paulina.
Bye.
These are all really good questions.
Mhm.
You're lucky to get this. This is a really good idea to host this early.
Any other questions?
Food, souvenirs, snacks. Bring gum. Like,
What's the
no, you may
surprise?
not take your iPod. Let's just do that right now. No cell phones. Cameras, we can talk about it, but you get a project to do if you want to bring a camera.
I mean,
You put together a portfolio. And just keep in mind it will get wet. So you want to be sensitive.
I on our trip, I took 1 million pictures.
Yeah, and I have a flash drive right now with like 940 photos sitting on my computer.
Yeah, so we take photos,
There's a-
so you don't have to worry about it.
And while they're gone, you will receive 2 contacts from us. One is, we've landed, yay! And then somewhere on the middle, we'll send you a really cool photo of us doing something really exciting, and that's it. Why we do that is preparing you for, remember they're going to be juniors, for when they're seniors and going off to college. So getting used to not hearing from them, being comfortable with not being in daily contact with your children is a healthy gesture. Yeah, so you're not going to get a daily blog from us, a daily update. If you need us, you'll go through the school and then they'll contact us. If we need you, medical authorization, that kind of thing, cell phone. We're good. We can get to you. But you don't hear from us, we're good. So it's quiet. It's old school for those of you who remember how trips were done in the old days. You would go, bye, see you in a week, and then the kids would roll back. So we go dark. And there's some cases, in a lot of places where we are, there is no cell phone reception. So we can't email out even if we wanted to. And we don't know when we're going to be in those areas. And so if you're waiting for something, you're going to go hysterical. Like, ah. But it's just, we go dark. And they're gone. Right?
So I guess a follow-up question is, what's next? So this summer, it sounds like it'd be great to know before we hit summer how much money the kids might be raising over the year, like what that benchmark might be. Something we can determine that so they could start doing it this summer, right? So they have time. And then also, from my understanding, there's a lot of work that goes into these events, and there's a lot of parent involvement, and there are, just a handful of us, right? So, well, it's easier to raise money. It's going to take a lot more on our parts to, and you guys know me, I like in case you do everything, but I also live in reality, so all of us as a team have to get ready for next year, I think, for what it is. Yeah, you want to take the day of cabaret off, but I'm sure there's planning beforehand. Just guessing. There might be a couple of things, so.
Well, I've done cabaret before,
There you go.
so.
Yeah.
Wisdom. Yes, please.
Yeah, I've done cabaret for 4 years now. 5. Like how many kids have I been through? I'll run Wander's Way unless someone wants to jump in and wrestle it away from me.
Oh, do it. No, you're already signed up.
Yeah. That's my contribution to supporting you as a class. Is I will host an event, but of course you have to show up and bring little kids. Bring all the little kids in your neighborhood. Like someone have a band.
We'll work on the marketing of it. Because do
Yeah.
you have it Halloween evening?
We'll have to look
It's
at.
the 28th, I believe. It's a Saturday.
Yeah, we just have to see what it conflicts with and the 7th and 8th grade Halloween dance and that kind of thing. But it'll be here unless someone else has another idea. You want to host it somewhere else?
Altadena, right?
No, we host it here.
Oh!
Always host
Where
it
would
here.
you?
He hasn't participated.
I guess I was thinking about the winter fair where they have the thing in the Altadena auditorium with the okay.
Ours is
Choose.
better. Totally different.
That's right.
The Halloween.
Yeah, see? It's
Right.
documented. He's not in the picture. Didn't have Photoshop.
So the big thing with
Oh,
cabaret
and
is
yearbook, for example, was a
Yeah,
fundraiser. Yearbook was a
Right, so-
fundraiser.
the biggest thing, and decorating.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, I think we'll all be doing it together, but I think
Not fun.
it's good for us to start thinking about who's going to be point on some of these things, because it's not going to be the group, in a communist fashion doing everything. It's just- So I think just to start thinking about the fundraisers that have been spoken about today and what things you as a parent can take on. We're partnered with somebody else, and then
There's something done on the art show with portrait drawing that you could do.
That was a total, just spur of the moment, and they had a little tip jar, which wasn't well lit, but it was really, really well received. It was very well received.
Because we can make like posters, like make it like more structured.
You know, we did, okay, so for art class, what we did was we did a May fair over there for the Waldorf Initiative. I'm not too keen on doing that again, but we have a backdrop that they painted that has portraits. I don't know if I brought it back. Anyhow, we could dig it up. We have some of the backdrops that they painted, and we could hang them up. They're big and bright and beautiful. So it's up to you. If you want to use them, it's great.
Is that for cabaret, like another booth?
No, the art show. Art show, we had little tables, and people were getting their portraits drawn. It was great. And you can even call in some of the seniors and say, come on, come, and they'll do it. They'll help you out.
she can do it.
And you know, food goes a long way. If you tell the seniors, I'll give you dinner, you know, or something, even just a sandwich, sometimes that's just enough. Because you know how busy you are, as the seniors are swamped. But we'll feed you. We'll feed you. You sit for 2 hours and do portraits. They might say, okay. So those, with working with the other classes, just letting you know, as I can't feed them, they'll show up.
And cabaret theme, that's up to the students?
This class gets to choose it.
Cool. Whatever.
Please do not leave it until December.
I need to tell them.
And we have Phil. He has experience in design.
Legal.
Yes, Mr. Legal. So he can support. Your mom traditionally has done the poster for us for cabaret. That has been her contribution. So you decide, talk to mom and see if she wants to do something. She wants to do something else. But that she's done it, like, oh my gosh, she saved our butts so many times. Like, Michelle, she's a poster tomorrow. Drop all everything. And she's helped us out. But we do have Phil. So that's a relief. Or you can make your own. The yearbook was a fundraiser also. And I don't know how much it's made yet. I just need to get up in the spreadsheet and figure it out. But yeah. So we charge more for it than what it cost us to print it. And it was a ton of work. And I'm not doing it next year. I'm going to pass it back to you.
Oh, thanks.
No, really.
Is that sort of student-driven yearbook or no?
This year it was totally student-driven by 4 students and their photographers.
On the back.
But holy moly, it was 2 weeks of intense editing and.
Why do we wait until the last part of the year to take all the pictures? I noticed that Ramseen is mentioned in there, but she was gone already. Why do we do that?
So it's something about empowering students. You get what you get. The camera has been there the whole time.
Yeah.
It's just they just.
And then they start panicking.
Yeah, we did not have a good photographer for cabaret. We didn't get good quality photos out of that one. Yeah, it just depends what.
Did you sell a video this year? No, you didn't.
Trent did.
Okay.
It made a little bit. Nothing significant. The soda bar is the one that really pulled.
The video wasn't really announced much, so it was kind of hard for people to know what was happening. So there could be some marketing.
Yeah, they added it on at the last minute.
Yeah, because I think we made about $500 or $600 on the video.
That's cool.
For Maddie's class?
But it cost $300. Didn't we have the guy from Julian do it?
Yeah, but
He charges $300.
he didn't
Now.
charge me. We just gave him free tickets to come to the event for his family.
Go for it.
I don't know, I'll ask him.
He does a great job. He's a professional equipment.
So.
Yeah, and then like Leo, I don't know if he'll volunteer again. This year he brought in a whole light set for our class.
I think we should plan to.
And he borrowed $60K worth of rental fee stuff. Like forget purchase value, $60,000 in rent for the lighting. So,
I was like, borrow it.
No, like they like let it do it for free.
nice, so I don't know, so we don't know who our talent will be next year for lighting, but that's once again something to think about. How do you want it, what do you want? You can do it. We just pace it out. It's really, really doable. Really, if you wait till the last minute, yeah, it becomes a headache. But it doesn't seem like that at all. You guys are
Yeah.
really,
I'll send out an email to everyone with dates of events that are planned. You know, cabarets and Wanderer's Way and dances, whatever that's that we know is going to happen. I can send out dates for that, so you're prepared. And then we can brainstorm on other things. Because there's dances. Doesn't student council plan like the winter formal?
Not
No.
this year.
the junior class.
No, that's juniors doing that?
Well,
Okay.
The council did it the